All right, everyone. It looks like we're going to do our second video for the day, which doesn't happen too often in the Chelsea news. But big news coming out. We're going to talk about three different players. Reece James, which I know you're going to know why we're talking about him, Shield, and Lewis Howell. Now let's start with the first one, the obvious one. Reece James is now going to captain Chelsea this season, which makes total sense. I know we had talked about possibly Thiago Silva being the captain, but probably Pochettino came and talked to him and also talked to Reece James about the future for Chelsea. We all know Thiago Silva has been a titan at this club, but more likely than not, this may be his last season at Chelsea, which again makes sense why you wouldn't want him as a captain, because next year we'd have to go through the entire thing again. Whereas Reece James, we know he's through and through a Chelsea Blue, is going to be here for the long haul. I don't know how long, because maybe at some point he will leave the club. I highly doubt he ever will, but there's a possibility, but not right now. The only issue that we can see with this player is his track record of injuries. So therefore, if he does pick up a few injuries, we may not see him in the starting 11, but from what we're seeing, it looks like Chilwell will be the vice captain. Same thing with him with injuries. So again, there might be a possibility there could be someone else that steps in at some point. But overall, these two players, again, bleed blue, have done so much for this club and arguably have been our best players the last couple of seasons. And Reece James, like I said, has done so much for this club, has come through the academy, has worked his way up to the starting 11, and now has cemented himself as one of the best right backs in the entire league itself. Now, the number two thing we're going to talk about is Shield. It looks like he's back to training, which again, we had talked about in the injury report. I wasn't too sure when he was going to be coming back, but it looks like he's back to training. Now, again, he's not going to be playing this weekend against Liverpool. We don't need to rush him back. And again, we already know who's going to be starting for us in that back line. Colwell and Thiago Silva as our CBs. It makes the most sense to have both those players. Yes, we could maybe put Cucurella there, but again, those two players are going to be starting with Chilwell and Reece James in that back line. And the last thing we're going to talk about is Lewis Howell. He is going on loan to Crystal Palace. He's been spotted there. They've been taking some photos, and I think this is the right move. Now, granted, I understand we were kind of hoping to maybe incorporate him into the season this year with Pochettino, but still, he's going to get a lot more game time at Crystal Palace, develop some more, because this is another player that has potential of being a great Chelsea player down the road, but definitely needs more game time, because at Chelsea right now, he's most likely not going to see the pitch that often. Again, we only have FA League and the Premier League, so again, there's not going to be too much rotation going on, and if he was going to see some time, that means there's going to be multiple injuries, which again, we don't hope for that to happen, and therefore, again, it makes the most sense for him to go to Crystal Palace and get more playing time to, again, incorporate his play style, but also get more minutes in the Premier League, so that way next season, if we do need him, we can utilize him as a player, whether that is in the back line or even in the midfield. But again, this is a smart decision by both parties, so with Chelsea and for Lewis Howell, I think, again, this is smart for him for his future at Chelsea. So that is all we have today in the Chelsea news for our second video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below, but also comment what you think about Reece James being our captain. Do you think this is the right decision? Also with Chilwell being the vice captain, what do you think about Shield, and also Lewis Howell? Do you think he's making the right decision by going out on loan with Crystal Palace? Comment down below and I will get to those comments as quickly as I possibly can. That is it, and I will see you in our next video.